Dear Alex, welcome to this Sir Syed Day celebration. I've said Alex because that's how we fondly remember the alumni of the alma mater, the Aligarh Muslim University. We are very happy that we are celebrating the 100 years of the existence of this university. And the Sir Syed Day, the Founders Day in this centenary year, means that much more to the Ali fraternity. This is a day when we remember the hard efforts, the great efforts that our founder Sir Syed has put in. We all know that Sir Syed was born on October 17, 1817, and he breathed his last in 1898. In his lifespan, he did some wonderful works. And that is the reason why I regard him as not just a person, but an institution in himself. And that was largely due to the upbringing that was given to him by his mother in particular, Begum Azizun Nisa. We all know the famous story of the old domestic servant whom Sayyid Ahmad had slapped in his boyhood days, and the reaction of his mother left a deep mark on his character. His mother said that unless and until you apologize to the servant, I'm not going to speak to you. Obviously, this was a training that we have to be very sensitive towards the society. So, after completing his education, Sir Syed took his first job as a civil servant in the then English rule. The 1857 mutiny changed his line of thinking. That shook him up, and he started thinking what has gone wrong that this mutiny has come up. And even though he was a civil servant under the English rule, he wrote a book, Asbab-e-Baghawat-e-Hind, in which he analyzed the reasons for that revolt of 1857. And he concluded, and he brought it out over there, that it was not the fault of the Indians in general and the Muslims in particular, but it was more the fault of the British rulers who were insensitive to the needs, to the societal needs and the religious needs of the Indian community. We all know the reason for 1857 which triggered it was the fact that the Indian, people, they had to cut the cartridges by their teeth, and then it had to be put into the guns. And obviously it contained some fat from cows, which was which neither the Muslims took it, accepted it, nor the Hindu brothers took it, right? So, and that was the reason the which triggered, that was the immediate cause of 1857. So Sir Syed brought it out beautifully in that book that it was not the fault of the Indians, it was more the fault of the British rulers who were just not conversant with the traditions and the religious practices of the Indian community. From there on, he started thinking, how can the condition of Muslims in particular and the Indians in general be improved? And he very quickly and very precisely reached to the conclusion that we had been left behind because we are not acquiring the modern education. Those were the times when, mostly because of the enmity with the Britishers, that we were thinking that we should not adopt their culture, we should not adopt their language even. Studying their language, it was taken to be a case of getting colored. उनके रंग में रंग जाएंगे हम, उनकी जो practices हैं वो हमारे अंदर आ जाएंगे. That is what people were thinking. And that was to some extent true as well, because whenever you read a language, You read a book in a particular language, the beliefs of the authors, that is reflected in a book, right? The practices, the culture of the author, that is reflected in a book. So, the English language, if people are going to study, so they will start practicing the way the Englishmen they behave and they live and their cultures. So that is how the Indian community was very apprehensive in adopting those their cultures, their traditions, and their language even. And because of the lack of knowledge of English language, they were not able to acquire the scientific outlook and the scientific temperament. So Sir Sayyid started a scientific society, and then he started a Madrasatul Uloom, which came to be known as Muhammadan Anglo Oriental College, and he even traveled to England. There were several reasons why he traveled there, but on his return, he wanted to make a university on the pattern of Oxford and Cambridge, because he had seen how education is changing the lives of the Europeans who had been in the dark ages for so long. And that is why it was the vision of Sir Sayyid when he said that I want such graduates to emerge from this institution who have science in one hand, philosophy in the other, and the crown of La ilaha illallah on their foreheads. So see the symbolism over here. Science, discoveries, innovations, inventions, that is what we should be going after. And also philosophical thinking. We should be using our minds. We are the masterpiece creation. We are better than all the remaining creations and the animals simply because we've got the brains and we must put it to proper use. So science in one hand, philosophy in the other, and sticking to our traditions and culture, our religion, our practices, we must be sticking to it. Now, since he was advocating the cause of the modern education, the scholars at those times, they started opposing him to a great extent. The poet of that time, Akbar Allahabadi, he wrote so many poems, and he was and his poems, they represent that they were dead against, the society was dead against the British culture and society. So his famous poem which reads, Ishrati ghar ki mohabbat ka maza bhool gaye. Ishrat was his son. He went to England, and after that, he wrote this poem in his love and his remembrance. Ishrati ghar ki mohabbat ka maza bhool gaye, खा की लंदन की हवा अहद वफा भूल गए, पहुंचे होटल में तो फिर ईद की परवाह न रही, चक के केक सिवैयों का मज़ा भूल गए, मोम की पुतलियों पर ऐसी तबीयत पिघली, चमन हिंद की परियों की अदा भूल गए. This reflects how dead people were against the British society. There are so many other poems wherein Akbar Allahabadi had been criticizing Sir Sayyid for his mission, for the work that he was carrying out. But Sir Sayyid, he took all this in his stride and kept working hard, to the extent that once he went on to collect donations from people for building up this institution, and somebody threw shoes at him. So he did not, take a serious view of this, in the sense that he, sent those shoes back to them or anything like that. No, he picked up those shoes. और वो सारे शूज़ उन्होंने जमा करके और उसको बेचकर और उसके जो भी पैसे आए, he made a receipt out of that and sent that receipt back to the person who had thrown shoes on him. So such was his commitment to this institution. And those were the sacrifices that had put him, which is, flourishing and blossoming now. एक दूसरा वाक़या मशहूर है कि कहीं पर गए तो लोगों ने कहा हम आपको चंदा देंगे, लेकिन आप पहले हमें नाच कर दिखाइए. सर सैयद विद अ फ्लोइंग बियर्ड, घुंघरू बांधे उन्होंने पैर में और मुजरा करके दिखाया और लोगों ने उनको चंदा दिया. एंड ही brought it. Tears will start coming down on our eyes if we start thinking the kind of sacrifices that he put in those times and the vision that he had. Vision that he had. And I said that he was an institution in himself. He was a great visionary. He was a lawyer by profession. He was a great writer, an author. So many articles. I talked about the book Asbab-e-Bagawat-e-Hind. And he was also an architect because he wrote a book Asarus Sanadid, which is still a masterpiece on the historical buildings of Delhi and the North India in general. So he wrote that book also. So many articles. He brought out the magazines, Tehzeebul Akhlaq, the Gazette. He started bringing out those magazines so as to shake people out of the deep slumber that they are in. उनकी कुर्बानियों का नतीजा है और उनके विजन का और उनके consistent efforts का नतीजा है. Sir Syed passed away in 1898, but this became a university only in 1920. But he started this college, Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College. उस ज़माने में नवाब लोग जो अपने बच्चों को पढ़ने भेजते थे, so they used to ride horses, so he even made stable for those horses to stay, ताकि वो नवाब के बच्चे पढ़ सकें. So the kind of far-sightedness that Sir Syed had, that brought fruits, that brought laurels, and it became a university in 1920, much after Sir Syed had passed away. So many fatwas were issued against him. अंग्रेजों का पिट्ठू कहा गया उनको, a puppet of the Britishers. फतवे उनके खिलाफ जारी किए गए, कुफ्र का फतवा, इल्हाद का फतवा, कि as if he has left Islam, he is not a Muslim anymore. But he endured all that and he continued his efforts, unmindful of what people around him had been saying. और उन्होंने मुसलमानों को particularly और इंडियंस को साइंटिफिक टेम्परामेंट की तरफ, साइंटिफिक सोसाइटी बनाई, साइंटिफिक टेम्परामेंट की तरफ उन्होंने लोगों को गाइडेंस दी, रहबरी की लोगों की, और लोगों को बताया कि हमको अगर तरक्की करना है तो हमको मॉडर्न एजुकेशन एक्वायर करना पड़ेगा, इफ यू हैव टू कम्पीट विद दीज डेवलपिंग सोसाइटीज. सिर्फ अपने पास्ट कल्चर के ऊपर हम बोस्ट करके अपनी जिंदगियां हम तरक्की पर नहीं ला सकते. इट हैज टू बी रियलाइज द हार्ड वे, द एफर्ट्स हैव टू बी पुट इन. और उन्होंने मौलाना अल्ताफ़ हुसैन हाली, जो उस वक्त के एक बड़े स्कॉलर थे और बड़े पोएट थे, उनसे मुसद्दस लिखवाई, जो अंदलुस स्पेन के जो फॉल ऑफ अंदलुस के ऊपर एक पोएट्री लिखी गई थी. तो सर सैयद ने कहा कि इसी लाइन पर तुम इंडियंस के फॉल पर, इंडियन मुस्लिम्स के फॉल पर एक पोएट्री लिखो. तो मुसद्दस लिखवाई मौलाना अल्ताफ़ हुसैन हाली से. मुसद्दस का मतलब होता है 6 कपलेट्स के का जो एक यूनिट बनती है, उसको मुसद्दस कहते हैं. शेर होता है, उसमें 2 कपलेट्स होते हैं, दो स्टैंजा होते हैं, या जो भी कहिए 2 मिसरे होते हैं, और रुबाई में 4 होते हैं, मुसद्दस में 6 होते हैं. तो उनसे लिखवाया. और जिसके बारे में सर सैयद कहा करते थे कि जब मुझसे मरने के बाद खुदा पूछेगा कि क्या लेकर आए, तो मैं कहूँगा कि मौलाना अल्ताफ़ हुसैन हाली से मुसद्दस लिखवा कर लाया. He used to see it as one of the great deeds that he did, so that people they wake up, right? तो आज के दिन हम सर सैयद की क़ुरबानियों को याद करें, उनकी सैक्रिफाइसेस को याद करें, और इस यूनिवर्सिटी से फ़ायदा उठाने की वजह से हम इस यूनिवर्सिटी को कुछ पे बैक करने की तरफ सोचें. हमारे फाउंडर्स ने, हमारे फोरफादर्स ने इस यूनिवर्सिटी को कैसे कायम किया, कम से कम हम उसको बरकरार रख सकें. बहुत से लोग कहते हैं कि साहब सर सैयद डे फंक्शन होता है, उसमें डिनर हो जाता है, फिर लोग घरों को चले जाते हैं. मैं तो कहता हूँ वो भी यूज़लेस नहीं है. आप डिनर खाएंगे तो कभी सोचेंगे भी कि हमने ये डिनर क्यों खाया था। 2 4 8 10 डिनर खाने के बाद फिर ख्याल आएगा कि नहीं कुछ यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए भी करें। बहरहाल ये तो ऑनलाइन प्रोग्राम हो रहा है, लेकिन हर साल सर सैयद डिनर भी होता है। तो मैं तो कहता हूँ कि वो डिनर भी बेकार नहीं है। कहते हैं जो निगलेगा वो निकलेगा, जो खाएगा फिर वो गाएगा। तो डिनर खिलाकर या जैसे भी हो, हम सब एक दूसरे की मदद करने की कोशिश करें। ख़ास तौर से जो अलमनाई हैं उनकी ज़िम्मेदारी है, जैसा आप अपने ज़माने में रहकर अपने अलमनाई से एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो, कम से कम उतना तो हम करें। जितना हमारे ऊपर कर्ज़ हसना है, उस कर्ज़ हसना को हम अदा करें। कर्ज़ हसना का मतलब यह है कि बाप ने बेटे के साथ जो किया, बेटा उसका बदला नहीं दे सकता, लेकिन वो बेटा अपने बेटे के साथ अच्छी तरबियत और अच्छा सलूक कर सकता है, उसको अच्छी तालीम दे सकता है। एंड मच द सेम वे व्हाट आवर फोरफादर्स हैड डन फॉर अस, we should try to pay back by trying to do a similar thing, if not the same, for our future generations. लोग कहते हैं राइटली सो कि एक सर सैयद के इदारे से निकले हुए इतने अबनाए कदीम, इतने अलमनाए, वाई नॉट मोर सर सैयद्स केम इन टू बीइंग। और लोग क्यों नहीं ऐसे आए जिन्होंने यूनिवर्सिटीज खोली, इंस्टीट्यूशंस खोले हैं। इल्ला माशाअल्लाह there are people around who have done this, but it must have been done on a much larger scale. So it is the time for us to pledge that we have to put in a concerted effort. We have to put in a concerted effort, and we have to pay back to the alma mater. We have to pay back to the future generations. We have to pay back for what our forefathers had done to us, right? So I once again congratulate you for this online program on the occasion of the Founders Day of the Aligarh Muslim University, and I wish all of you a very happy and healthy life, and a very fruitful life, in the sense that we help others and we let the benefit that has come from our elders percolate down to our youngsters. Thank you very much.